This is just a quick one today on I read in the news yesterday that the net filters will give parents a false sense of security. It's they're trying to limit our internet access to certain things in Australia. We already have really shit internet in Australia. We pay a fortune for it. We only get limited downloads, and the speed's absolutely useless. And yes, I did pinch that off Angry Aussie. I'm going to leave a link in the side so you can go and watch his video on this, because he says it far more eloquently than I can about what they're doing with the internet. So please go and watch it. This is just another example of their government railroading everybody. You go out and get the majority vote from the Australians and see what they say, not a few pompous assholes at the top who's deciding what we should do. There's it says the federal government, I'm going to read this off here, and I've got another little piece I want to write about to talk about. The federal government is poised to start trialling the system, which is intended to block child pornography and other illegal material. In an opinion piece on ABC News Online, EFA Vice Chairman says that the plan will not protect kids. Material that should be targeted will slip through, and much that should be allowed will be blocked, as the government's own tests have demonstrated. The more accurate the filter, the worse the impact on the network performance. A slowdown of up to 86% was observed in the same trials. 86%. We've already got a bloody slow internet in Australia. You know, the last thing we need is it to be slower. Who died and left them, boss, anyway? I mean, really? Where does they leave the Australian kids? With slower internet and an inaccurate and inappropriate filter, parents may have a false sense of security, but the real risk remains unaddressed. Mr. Jacobs says the filter will do nothing to address other more pressing dangers children face online. These include acts of cyberbullying, such as posting of hateful personal remarks or photos online and in online communities. Virus, identity theft, and inappropriate chats are all worthy of the same parental concern. I'll leave a link on the side so you can read this article yourself as well. You know, just what the hell is going on? What's going on with this country? You know, they're gone. What are they smoking? They banned bloody marijuana, but it sounds like they're smoking it. Now, there's another one here. Ditch IMF G7 to escape crisis Keating. Now, Paul Keating used to be our Prime Minister in Australia, and he was talking about the worldwide economic, political bullshit that's going on at the moment. And he's made a couple of very valid points in here. Well, I thought they were valid anyway. It says, one part of it, he says here, what we need is a completely new global political and economic settlement. Get rid of the old G7. Now, I found this interesting. Get rid of the old G7 and get rid of the old IMF. We've got to bring the surplus countries into the political framework. The G7 is made up of debtor countries. Countries like the USA, Britain, France, Italy. These are all borrowers. There's no surplus countries in that. There's no surplus country. What the hell? They've got all the debtors in the world. It's like getting all the criminals into the world to get together to tell how all us non-criminals should live. I know that's exaggerated, but you get my drift. This was interesting too. There's no surplus countries in that, and if you look at the structure of the IMF, the Chinese get 3.7% of the vote, the Indians get 1.7%, and the Americans and Europeans get 51%. There's no way the Chinese Communist government is going to hand over control to the control of their currency and their political fortunes to a Washington-based US Treasury-run institution. So unless there is going to be a totally new settlement, we are not going to get out of this. The world financial meltdown was a catastrophe. It's way worse than it appears. and that's exactly right. I was just saying this not a few days ago. The world is in shit, absolute shit at the moment, and a week ago there was barely anything. They're starting to put more and more on now, but a week ago there was barely anything on there about it. I'll also put this link so you can read the whole thing on that. So that was my two little bitches today about what Keating had to say, because I found that interesting. And please go and listen to the Angry Aussie, where the vlog I'm going to put on this side. And it's called How to Fight the Internet Censorship in Australia. He's a bit of a character, that guy. But he's spot on in everything he says. So, smile and have a nice day.